Hello 4th year B.SC students. Today our discussion would be on the much dreaded question, report writing. But hopefully this video would help clear all the confusions regarding how to write a report. So let's get started. First of all, it is important to know that a report is unlike an essay, blog post, or journalistic article. The main idea of a report is to present facts about a specific topic, situation, or event. Writing a report isn't about making arguments and supporting ideas or hypotheses. The information must be presented in a clear, concise, and objective way in a report. That's why a report writing format is essential. Now let's look at the steps that we have to follow to write a report. The first thing that comes in the report is the date. Start off by writing the date on the right-hand side of the paper. For the date, you have to follow the pattern. First comes month, then comes date, and then comes the year. After the date comes the turn for to. This is written on the extreme left side of the page. To is used for the addressee of the report we are going to write. In simple words, it tells us that to whom is this report addressed. Immediately after to comes from. From is used for the person who is writing the report. After to and from, do not forget to write sir/madam. Like the way that I have given on your screens. Moving forward comes the subject of the report. A subject gives readers the first glimpse of the title and subject of the report that follows. For example, if the topic of the report we are going to write is rising inflation in Pakistan, it would be written in this way. Make sure that you underline your subject. After mentioning the subject of the report, we formally start writing the report. In the introduction, state what the report is about, why it has been created. Depending on the length of your report, the introduction must be of about 3 to 6 lines. The body of your report is where all the information is put together. The body of the report should have ideally 2 to 3 paragraphs. Close your report with a well-crafted conclusion. Formulate it as a brief summary of what was covered within the report, and be sure to include a mention to the recommendations and suggestions section. You can also make a subheading for recommendations and suggestions. This is the most important part of report writing, hence it should be well versed. You can also give these recommendations in the form of pointers and bullets. At the very end of your report, you must write reporter, comma, XYZ and a full stop. Without this, it's not going to be a report and you are going to lose marks. For your further understanding, I have written a report on the issue of rising inflation in Pakistan. So let's read through. First comes the date, August 14th, 2020. Then comes to, editor, Dawn News Lahore, from x.y.c, city ABC. Then comes sir/madam. Then we give a subheading, introduction, and then we start writing. I'm writing this report on the grave issue of rising inflation in Pakistan, which is adversely affecting the economy of our country. Inflation directly affects the quality of life of the people, and it must be controlled by the government. Inflation refers to rising prices of essentials such as flour, milk, meat, clothing, medical services, etc., or alternatively the decline in the value of money so that it takes more money to buy the same goods and services. Inflation affects different sectors of economy, sharing of income and wealth, production, government, and different classes of people. High inflation rates are regarded as harmful to economy. They add inefficiencies in the market and make it difficult for companies to budget or plan long term. Inflation can also impose hidden tax increases. High inflation in Pakistan then is the product of a multi-dimensional process. It is the outcome of two economies, open and underground, working together with corruption and crime, which makes it difficult for the government or society to check. Above all, we live in a profit-oriented society where the consumer can never overcome the capitalist or the market. Then comes the subheading of recommendations and suggestions. Inflation can be controlled by financial measures, credit control, and monetization of the currency. Limitations in unnecessary expenditures and increase in rate of taxes can also ease inflation. Increase in volume of savings, anti-inflationary budgetary policy, and increasing public debt policy are some of the measures that can curtail inflation in Pakistan. Then comes reporter, and at the end we sign it with x.y.c and a full stop.